Hello, Lisa. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of our interview.
Of course.
So we've been chatting a little bit about your experience. So why don't you tell me about your experience? I understand it was in general practice, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse.
Yes. Well, with the general practice, basically it was estates that I was doing in Georgia for Mr. Novotny. With the medical malpractice, I was the intake coordinator for Jason Paul. And I spoke with potential clients, gathering information and forwarding that information to the attorneys for review. And then I would also request medical records on behalf of the clients for the attorneys that I was working for.
Okay, great. How have these experiences prepared you for your next position?
Oh, I really want to be a paralegal. I think I would do good in that position. So that is something that I've been looking into. And within the next couple of years, I'd like to actually, go ahead and do it, put my foot in the door and do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And what interests you about law?
It's very black and white. There's no real room for like wiggle room.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, great answer. Great answer. In addition to your legal responsibilities, I understand that you had some leadership skills in a past position. Can you share an example of how you used your leadership skills to solve a difficult situation?
Yeah, so I was a baker for quite some time out in San Diego, and we had been hired to make a cake for a game, football game, and the customer was very upset because it wasn't to her liking when she came to pick it up. So I gave it to her for free, the one that was messed up. Got behind my employees and pushed them a little bit harder to make it to where it was to what the customer wanted. Still friends with that woman today on Facebook. We still chat. She became a repeating customer, and it was just a lot of fun. I absolutely love baking, and I would prefer not to be in a leadership position again, but I don't mind it. I'm
Yeah.
not scared to take the lead.
Well, I love that though. That really there's a connection there with the black and white.
Mhm.
Baking, of course, is very black and white. You're following a script, following a recipe, and then you mentioned about legal and law being the same. So that definitely translates. So of course, it's crucial to adapt in a fast-paced environment in a law office. Can you provide an example of how you've successfully adapted to a fast-paced environment?
Yeah, so I was only trained for 2 days to do a lot of the things that I was doing for Mr. Paul over at Paul and Perkins. And whereas I would prefer to, if I'm to do certain things, as like requesting medical records and transcripts and stuff like that, to have somebody kind of hold my hand and show me a little bit more than just 2 days. So it was a little bit of trial and error on my end when I was doing it, but I know it needed to be done, and it was pretty fast, because these are people's cases and stuff, so you have to get it, and I just, instead of sitting at my desk and getting myself down because I didn't know how to do something, I figured it out and I got these
Okay.
records just coming and coming. And so, having that clock in my head, so to speak, of, these are people's real people, these are real people, and these are their
Mhm.
cases. Having that, I guess, in the back of my head really helped me the most in that
Sure.
situation.
Absolutely. Great example. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this portion of the interview. Thank you so much for allowing me to record. Don't hang up. We've got
Okay.
a few more things to chat about. Just a moment.